Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Welcome to sound is up. Good afternoon. Welcome to today's teaching. Let's see. Today's going to be very interesting. And as you come up, please share this with someone and let them have this message on their timeline so that they can learn. Welcome, Eze. So good to see you. How are you today? So welcome. Just say hello if you're there. Thank you so much, Nayo Eze. So good to see you. And thank you for your encouragement always. Thank you for your encouragement always. Thank you. So today will be very interesting. And last week I started to teach about living a life of value. And today I'm going to do a continuation on the part 2 of living a life of value. Last week I said a life of value means a life of worth. A life of value means a meaningful life. A life of value means a life that is productive. That was what I taught about last week. So today I'll be doing the continuation on that topic. So the first point I want to share with you is a quote by Miles Davis. It's a quote by Miles Davis, and it says, "Time isn't the main thing. It is the only thing." Time isn't the main thing. It is the only thing. What does that mean? It simply means that whatever you have desired to do, whatever you have decided to do, because doing something has to do with, it comes with a decision. It comes with the willingness of heart. It comes with action. So whatever you have decided to do, one thing you must always note is that even though people think that they have all the time in the world, guess what? We don't have all the time in the world. Even though we've all been given enough time to do what we are expected to do. So Miles Davis said, time isn't the main thing. Time is the only thing. Time isn't the main thing. Time is the only thing. Another quote by Albert Einstein, it says, "Only a life lived for others is worth living." Only a life lived for others is worth living. You should know by now that life is not about us alone. Life is not just about just us or just the people around us. Or we should also know that life is not about egocentrism. We should also know that life is more than ourselves. So the only thing that counts is a life lived for others. So the question is, what are you doing for others? Definitely you should be doing something for yourself, that I know. But what tangible things are you doing for others? What can you say that you are contributing into the lives of people? There has to be something, because a life lived for self is a wasted life, actually. If all we live for is to live for ourselves, then it's a wasted life. So Albert Einstein says, only a life lived for others is only worth living. Another quote by Henry David Thoreau, it says, "It is not enough to be busy. The question is, what are you busy about?" It is not enough to be busy. The question is, what are you busy about? People are busy doing things. In fact, the whole world is busy. If you see them, it's either they are going to work or they are coming from work. Everyone is doing something. Even those who are not doing anything, find out they are doing something just to while away their time. So it's not enough to say you are busy. The question is, What are you busy doing? What are you busy about? What are you using your time for? What are you using your resources for? What are you using your life for? For our life to be valuable, definitely we have to be doing things that are productive. We have to be doing things that are meaningful to our lives. We have to do things that are meaningful to other people's lives, that in terms of contribution. So it is not enough to be busy. The question is, what are you busy about? The fourth quote that I want to share with you is that people who have no values have no value. People who have no values have no value. And that quote is by Burton Hill. My question for you today is, what are your values? Values are like foundation that you stand on. Values are like a concrete platform that your life is seated on. Values are like a rudder, just a rudder in a ship that guides you, that guides your decisions, that guides everything you do on a daily basis. So Burton Hill says those who don't have values don't have value. Those who do not have values at all, they have no value, because it simply means that they are not living for anything. Because your value system guides the decisions you make. It guides even the friends you make. It guides where you go to. It guides how you talk. It guides how you reason. It guides how you interact. So those who do not have values at all have no value. So to live a life of value, to live a life of productivity, definitely you should have some basic value systems that you live by. Let me give you an example. For example, me. One value system, I have five. I have five that I live by, or more, but basically five strong ones. But let me just give you one or two. One is truth. Truth. Two is hard work. Those are part of my value system. So my value system guides every other thing that I do. It informs my decision. And the fifth quote I want to share with you is a quote by Dr. Sunday Adelaja. He says, "You are not expected to live by the power of instincts. You are expected to live through knowledge and understanding." You are not expected to live by the power of instinct. You are expected to live through knowledge and understanding. Only animals live by instinct. Only animals don't think. But we humans, we are expected to live by reasoning, by understanding, by knowledge. So it's not enough to know something. It's much more better to know and understand what you know. So understanding it's what gets us to where we are in life. So as humans, we should know that to have a life of value, we don't live by instincts. We don't live by just emotions. We don't live by feelings. We don't live by, I just feel like. No, there has to be concrete reasons why we do what we do. There has to be precise reasons why we do what we do. Only animals live by instinct. So we humans, we are expected to live by knowledge and by understanding. So it's not enough just to know something and assume I know. No, you've got to understand what is the reason behind what you know. What is the foundational principle behind what you know? What is the foundational principle behind what you know? So the quote again says, we humans, we are not expected to live by the power of instinct. You are expected to live through knowledge and understanding. So let me give you some few points to run along with. Some few points to run along with. Number one, do all you can to avoid a life of waste. Do all you can to avoid a life of waste. Do all you can to avoid a life of egocentrism. Do all you can to avoid a mundane life. Do all you can to live a productive life. Do all you can to ensure that anyone you are going to impact, they have to also live a productive life. Do all you can to avoid a wasted life, a life of waste. Two, One of the greatest mistakes we make is to think that we have all the time. And also to think that we are young. Some people feel that they are too young. They assume that, okay, I still have 10 years ahead of me. I still have 15 years ahead of me. I still have 30 years ahead of me. I still have 40 years ahead of me. It's an error, a big time error. So anything we decide to do, there's a quote that says, do not put off today what you can do not put off what you can do today for tomorrow. So whatever you're expected to do at the moment, get it done. Set your hand on the plow. Get to work. Whatever you do on a daily basis builds over time. So 5 years doesn't just appear to 5 years. 5 years is a function of what you've been doing every day before the 5 years arrive. So don't assume you're too young. Don't assume you're too small. Don't assume that, okay, I still have all the old time in the world to do what I'm expected to do. Number 3, the third point, examine your life and cut away all kinds of distractions. Examine your life and cut away all forms of distractions. You know what is a distraction to you. Some set of people, it could be their gadgets, it could be those things are, in fact, sometimes they are meant to spend on solitude. You just find out that you are scrolling on your phone all through the day. But a productive life doesn't do that. A life of meaning does not do that. So examine your life and cut away all forms of distraction. Cut it off. If it's distracting you, wipe it off. Because to live a productive life, you've got to do away with distractions. Distractions are everywhere. Distractions comes with higher frequency. But because you already live by sets of value systems, because you already live by sets of principles, because you already know what you want to use your life for, you are living a productive life. Number four, one thing we must also know is that we are not expected to live just to survive. We are not to live to survive, just to the survival syndrome. I just want to do what I'm doing so that I can survive. I just want to do what I'm doing so I can just live by. So you do that for the rest of 30, 40, 50 years. It's more like a wasted life. It's more like, and you know that we can't get any time, any life wasted. We can't get it back. Once it's gone, it's gone. There's nothing we can do about it. So we are expected to live to dominate our spheres of influence. We are expected to live to dominate, not to dominate people, but to dominate systems, to be able to impact kingdom values, the kingdom of God, to the principles of Jesus in our spheres of influence. So it's important that we know that we don't live by the survival mentality. Just let me survive. No. You are alive and God created us for things that are special. God created us for an assignment to fix systems, to be able to ensure that the systems are being correctly run. So ensure that you are not living by the survival instinct. No matter what you are going through, know that you are expected to dominate your sphere of influence and we are not expected to dominate people. Number five, a life of value means a life of worth. A life of value means a life of worth. Like I said earlier, a life of value means a life of meaning. Like I said earlier, a life of value means a life of productivity. A life of value means a life that produces products. A life of value means a life that is meaningful, a life that is accountable. You just don't live anyhow. You just don't feel like doing anything anytime anyhow. No. A life of value does not behave like that. Someone who has a clear path on where he's going doesn't behave like that. So a life of value means a life of worth. Number five, and I close with this. I think number 6 is, as we go through our daily activities, one thing we must ensure that we do every minute, every second, every hour is to live in active consciousness. What is active consciousness? Active consciousness simply means for us to be in the here and now. Whatever you've decided to do, let your mind be there. Cut away all forms of distractions. Active consciousness means that you are living like you. In fact, that's what shows you are human. For you to be conscious means you are human. You know, someone who is on the sick bed, if he's unconscious, see how the person behaves. The person doesn't know where he is. When they say someone is unconscious, simply means he's not aware of his environment. So as we live our daily life, as we live as we do what we need to do, ensure that you and I, ensure that you are living in active consciousness. To be able to ask yourself questions. Whatever I am doing now, is it worth doing? Nayo Eze said, planned life, focus, yeah, a life filled with focus, a life filled with just know what you're doing in precision. Don't be passive in your thinking. Don't be passive in your activities. Don't be passive with your family. Don't be passive with your environment. And most importantly, don't be passive with your life, because if you are passive with your life, every other thing you'll be passive about. You can't take people more seriously because you don't take yourself seriously, because you don't see value in yourself. Yes, people can make you see value in yourself, but you yourself must see value in yourself. You must see that your life has a meaning. You must see that your life is futuristic. You must see that you are living for a purpose. So whatever you decide to do, however you decide to live your life, ensure that on a daily basis, per time, per minute, per hour, you are scrutinizing, you are looking at yourself, if you are asking yourself, am I doing the right thing? You are living in active consciousness. You are living in active consciousness. You are living in active consciousness. That is what it means to live a life of value. Thank you so much. Nayo Eze, so good to see you. Thank you for sticking through. And thank you for everyone that came on to. Please share this so that this can inspire someone, so that this can be a blessing to someone, so that this can be a blessing to people. And before I go, my company, what we do is, in case you don't know how to write a book and you want to learn to write a book, please write us, get in touch with us. You can send me a DM and I'm going to reply you. Or in case your children, or you find those who are confused about the path of education that they should follow through, you can also get in touch with us and we will actually assist you. Or if you want to come and study in North Cyprus, we are here to also guide you. Thank you so much. I love you all. Thanks for taking the time. In fact, this is for me. Thank you, Nayo Eze, and thank you for always sticking true. I really, really appreciate it. Do have a beautiful Saturday. I celebrate you. We value you always. Bye and God bless.